Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be working in my Christmas journal. I've got lots of photographs to add. We went away for the weekend, so I'm hoping to record the whole thing, but I don't know if I'll get it done. I will try. So let's get started. So yeah, remember what we did last time. So this time I'm going to record something that we did. I like to record all the family activities during this time, because it's a bit of a family heirloom. Not really an heirloom, but you know, it's recording the family memories. But this time it's recording a weekend that Richard and I went away to visit our very good friends who live in Norfolk. She's my best friend. I've known her since before we had the girls, and our girls are in their 30s now. So we've known each other a very long time, probably 35 years. And so we do see them, although they moved away to Norfolk. They used to live quite near us. So we do try and go down there at least a couple of times a year. And they come up here fairly regularly because both their girls are local to us. So we do see them a few times a year. But this was a lovely weekend because it was quite Christmassy. It was the first weekend in December. So what I'm going to start off by doing, I think, is just because I started off in November, I'm actually going to start off doing a big December at the top. Then everything after that is December. And I haven't got to keep writing December every time. And I'll just do the numbers after that, the day numbers. So what I want to do, I'll just put that aside for a minute. I got myself a new archival ink in Library Greens. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm hoping it's going to be a good colour. Nice dark green. And I'm going to just print the word, or stamp the word December on here. So let's see how this turns out. I haven't really got a... I've got one of the distress inks in a green, and quite a bright, vibrant green. But I thought an archival ink in the green would be good for stamping. Sometimes the distress inks don't stamp quite as well. So let's give this a try. I'm using this piece of... It's a quite old paper. I think it's an old paper pad, so it's got a slightly off-white colour. It's really nice. That is a beautiful colour. I'm just saying. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. It's a really lovely dark green. Gorgeous. Just what I wanted. So I've got this really nice stamp of slightly, what do you call them? Scripty letters. DE. I'll just show you the stamps. I've had this stamp set for absolutely years. It's this stamp set, so all the letters are really quite a nice, nice scripty font. So I think they're really nice. I've used them a lot. So I've got the capital letters and the lowercase letters, so it's a really useful set if you just want to do a nice, slightly more decorative title. It's nice to do something. Whoop, that's catching on there. Whoop, there we go. DEC. Oh, this is printing beautifully. Pleased with this. DEC. Remember, I make sure I spell it right. December. December. Let's drop down a little bit, but never mind. It'll be okay. Whoops. Oh, it looks like I forgot to set the timer on my phone, so I know where I am. Otherwise I completely lose track of time. I could be here all morning. So I'm just going to briefly pause you so I can get that timer going again. Right, so I've just started tearing around my word with my tear ruler. So I've just got the last bit to do. Just tear it out, and then I'm going to back it onto some red card. There we are. And then I've got this red card. It's actually a set of a card making set, so it's actually got a fold line here. But I thought it's really good colours. I've got green and red, and I'm not going to make a lot of Christmas cards. I've made a few, but I haven't made very many. I don't tend to make a lot of Christmas cards these days, but I thought this card would be very useful for backing things on and using in that way. So I'm just going to pop it on there like that, I think, and then cut around it. So I'm just going to just give it a little border, make it stand out from the page. That'll do nicely. And I like this slightly jaggedy edge. It just makes it a bit more interesting rather than just straight edges all the way. Let's get my cutter out. Right, so there we are. I think it's very clear that we're in December now in the journal. And then I've got a whole bunch of, I did buy the Rach and Bella, I can't remember what the kit's called now, Christmas Past or something. And it includes a lot of the numbers that you need for your December daily. So I've got them printed in two different sheets. Well, she puts them in the kit in two different sizes, so I think these are the bigger ones. And then I've also got the sheet of the smaller ones as well, so I don't know what size I'm going to need. So this is the sheet. So there's some Christmas words, and then the smaller numbers and a few phrases and things as well. So it's a really useful sheet. So let's see what number. So I need number 3 because this weekend. It was the weekend we went away was 3rd to the 6th of December. So if I pop that up there, let's see what number would work for this. Well, let's get the 3 anyway. December 3. I think I need the big one, or the bigger one. It's not too huge. Not quite sure where I'm going to put it at the moment. Just going to cut around that. Right. So I may put that over here because I've got the photographs for this day, for the 3rd. They're going to go on here. And then I want to put, actually I need a small label to put 3 to 6 for the whole weekend, I think. So I'm just going to get my little label booklet. I've got some nice red labels here, which I think would do nicely. I think I need a smaller one actually. Maybe that one would work. So it's just going to be the 3rd to the 6th. So and then I want to do, we're staying in a little cottage, so I've got one of Rachel's labels here, and I'm wondering if I can, but I want, because I've got this tuck, I'm going to need to put something in here. So I've got for my journaling. So I've got this card. Maybe it'll go in like that. Hope it'll hold. I wonder if I can tuck it into something. Whether it would, no, possibly not. But I might just put something across here, just to keep it in place, because it's only just tucking in there. Then that makes sure that this area stays clear for the words I want to put on here. So I want to put on here where we were staying. So I'm kind of winging this. I'm really not quite sure what I'm doing, but I really think I need just a little corner piece. I've got this piece of card left here. I wonder if I can pop a bit of something there, just to tuck that in. Shall we see? If I was to put that there, and I could just make sure the card doesn't flop about, that might work. And I can just put a little bit of something on there, couldn't I? Okay, might do that. Let's try printing or stamping on my Roxy Creations label. I know it's got a bit of writing on there, but hopefully I'm going to use the green again because I really like it. So what I need to stamp on here is Sky Cottage Worsted, which is where we stayed. So I'm just going to sort out these little stamps that I've got. So they click together. So I'll do the first word, and then I'll do the rest off camera because it can be a bit boring just watching somebody clicking stamps together. So we'll do, whoops, Sky. I'm just hoping it comes out okay. S, okay. It was just a little tiny, literally a two-man cottage. It was perfect for me and Richard. It was just very, very cute. In a little tiny village, just near to the town where my friends live. And we thought it'd be nice, because we were going for 3 nights, we thought it was a bit much for them to put up with us, you know, to have to feed us morning, noon and night for 3 days and have a stay with them. So we thought, well, we'll just stay nearby. And we got together with them every day. But then we all had our own space in the evening. And I think that works well. It could be a bit much to have people staying with you for too long, especially as they're still working on their house. They've only moved in at the beginning of the year and they're still doing lots of work on it. So it would have been a lot of work for them just before Christmas to have us come to stay, because their spare room isn't really ready for visitors at the moment. Right, I'm just going to try that Sky. Does it come out? Ooh, not very well. If I can try again. I think I need to rock them a bit. Risky, but I'm going to try over stamping it. It's kind of come out. It's got a little bit of a shadow, but you can just about read it, so I'm going to go with it. Okay, and I'll do the other 2 words off camera, and I'll come right back. Right, so this stamped okay. You can see it actually. I know I've got this light shadow stamping on the sky, but I haven't got a problem with that. So Sky Cottage Worsted is where we stayed. I did change my label here. It was too big, the one I had, so I've just got this little smaller label, because I've only got to put the date of the time we were in the cottage. So I might do that if I can spot my pen. I haven't really got any small number stamps. So I've got a couple of pens here to see which one I like the best to write with. That's all right. All right, I'll use this one. Have this on standby in case it doesn't come out too well. So all I want to put on here is third to 6th. It's a bit rough and ready, but that's okay. It's my writing, not pretty. And then I've got plenty of room to put my label there. And I'm also going to tack in, I've got this little corner spot here, and I'm just going to put that on there. I'm going to just try and do a little bit of minimal decoration on there. Can't have a plain red corner, can we? Oh no. Right, let's see. So I've got a gold pen. This is actually the one I've used. I've been using it for a few times, but originally it was meant to be for just decorating the wax seals. That's what it actually is advertised as being for, but it works quite well. Some of them don't really work very well on paper, and whether that's because they actually were a bit old and they weren't going to work very well anyway, I'm not sure. So I'll put a little bit of gold around the outside, and then I've got a couple of options. I've got a little bag of punched out stars and a gold glitter paper, so maybe I'll use one of those. Some gold leaves as well. That's probably from when I was doing my altered book. So I'm going to I'm trying to film the altered book part, you know, the winter part as well. But I'm getting short of time. This is one of those little tiny Tim Holtz snippety things. I thought that might fit on there, but I'm not sure it will. So that's going to have to go like that. Now I'm just going to put one of these little gold stars on, or a couple maybe. Just one in the middle. Let's not overdo it, just to make it look a little bit less boring than just having a red piece of card on the corner. Yeah, just put a little star in the middle there. And then I'm just going to a tiny bit of glue. Just going to put that there. And then the journal card can go in and out, but it won't fall out, hopefully, because it's not got a lot to tuck into on this side. And then there we go. I won't pull it out at the moment because I'll just probably dislodge the triangle because it's not quite dry. So I'll just stick this on and this. So I was filming my Roxy's weekly challenge yesterday, and it was very dim in my room, and I was blaming the weather, which it was late in the afternoon, and the weather was beginning to, you know, the light was definitely going. But what I hadn't realised until after I'd stopped filming was that 2 of the 3 bulbs in the light, you know, my ceiling light, had gone. So I was working on one tiny little ceiling light bulb in my lamp, or my overhead light, instead of 3. I thought, no wonder it was dark in here. It wasn't just the fact that the light was fading outside, it was seriously fading inside as well. So I'm now fully lit this morning, even though it is a bit grey and not very bright out. I'm a bit brighter in my room today because Richard replaced the bulbs for me. There we are. Okay, so that's just kind of my intro page for this weekend, and I'll write about it on the back of here. What I must try and remember to do is actually do my journaling, because I haven't actually done my journaling on here yet. I still haven't written on that, so I really must do that before it gets out of hand, and I haven't done any of the journaling that I'm meant to do. Right, so I've got this number 3. Let's just put the top on here before it dries up. And I've got some of the green card from the card making set. So I've got a load of envelopes as well, but whether I'll get to use, I've got them there to use if I want to. So I'm going to back on my photographs on this, and also this because I can back that onto there. and all the photos, because it's lovely, but it's a bit busy, this page. And I thought the green would show up against the red background of this. So I've just got to see what I've done with my photos. Oh, here they are. So these, I just took a few little photos from the inside of the cottage. It was absolutely freezing when we turned up. It had a radiator, but the radiator wasn't on. There had been no heating on. I don't think there'd been any heating on for probably a while. And it had a log fire, and we had a basket full of logs. So Richard managed to get the fire going quite quickly, but we got through the whole bucket of logs before the end of the evening. We just kept putting them on, and eventually, and we put the radiator on, and after about 2 or 3 hours, I was starting to warm up. I am a bit of a cold morsel. And our friends came over to join us that evening. I didn't take any pictures of when they were there, partly because it was a very small cottage, and we were having fish and chips on our laps, and it wasn't really the right situation to start taking photographs. It was a bit difficult. So I just took pictures of the cottage when it was empty. But Richard did take a picture of me sitting by the fire with my cup of tea, trying to keep warm. But it was lovely. It was a beautiful little cottage. It just was a bit cold when we first arrived. So I've just got a few pictures here, just to give an idea what it was like. I need to get my double-sided tape. Right, so I'm just going to put some tape on the back of all these pictures and cut them out, and then I'll come back to stick them in the book. Right, so all my excuse me, all my photos are now backed onto this green card. So I've just got to arrange them on the page and hope they all fit. So I think what we got. So we've got the view of the living room. This, I don't know if you can see this. This is the staircase. You open up the door, which was in the corner of the room, and this staircase was just pretty much vertical. In fact, there was a rope hanging down for you to hold to go up. It was so steep. I must admit, when I first got there, I was very reluctant to even go up the stairs. It looked so scary, but I got the hang of it after a couple of days. But yeah, it was interesting, that staircase, very interesting. Right, so that was the lounge. That's the kitchen, lovely little kitchen, and then that was just on our first evening, when we were trying to get warm with the fire. I mean, it was lovely to have the fire going, but it did not heat up the logs, so we had to go and buy some more so we could keep the house warm for the rest of the weekend. But there was a lovely big radiator, and once we'd had that on, and we left it on all the time pretty much, it did keep the house warm. Once it got warm, it just took a little while. So it was a very cold weekend. So I'll just get these stuck on, and then we'll move on to the next day. I haven't got so many photos of the next day. It was a busy day, but I didn't take a lot of photos, so I might still write about it, but I won't have anything to actually to show for it photograph wise. I've got just a couple of little photos, and that's about it. Got that. There. Right, get these on and then move on to the next day. It was a really lovely weekend though, we really enjoyed it. We always enjoy going down there, visiting, not just visiting our friends, which is obviously very much part of it, but also it's such a lovely part of the world, part of the country. So it's on the Norfolk coast, not far from Norwich, and we did go into Norwich on our last day, and there's a few pictures from that little visit. So I'm just going to pop that there. And then I've just got to put my number 3. So I just thought I'd stick that right in the middle. So 3rd of December. Just getting a little bit bulky. I'm a bit concerned how bulky this journal is going to get. I'm going to have to do something different next year because this is the 3rd one I've done, and they're all really, really fat. So I'm going to try and find a different way of doing it next year. I think I'm going to have to do something more. I'm either going to do a ring-bound journal, or the other idea I've had is that I might do like a 3 signature with a much bigger spine, just so that it's more manageable, because it just gets so fat. Because I always have so much I want to put in it. Okay. Oh, right. I've got the belly band to deal with. Okay, that works because I haven't got much photographs. So what I do is I can take a nice big journal card and put behind here. Let's see what I've got in the way of journal cards, and I can just write about the day. I've got that one. Is that a journal card? I've got that one. Let's see which one I like the look of. And that's a pocket. Oh, I've got that one. I love that one. Okay. Let's choose a nice journal card. I think it might be that one actually. Before I even... So I might just pop that behind there. Then I can write all about what we did on this day. And I could just put my little photographs here, which is perfect. So I just need my number 4. What do I do with the numbers here? So I might use different sets of numbers for different things, but I thought for this weekend I'll try and use the same ones for each day. With a little bit of cohesion, as it's just one weekend. Actually, I mean these numbers really go well on these, because we've got the red and the green stripes, and they work really well on these pages. So I may stick with them. I don't know. I do have some other numbers, but they're very, very tiny. They may not work so well. Okay, so I might put that there, and I might back that as well. Got a bit of this green card left. It just makes it pop, doesn't it? So I think I might do that anyway. I think the only trouble is backing onto this card just makes everything that bit bulkier. But it looks nice. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to risk cutting it with my scissors. Right, so that's number 4. And the photographs I've got, so we did a couple of Christmas markets, little Christmas, they were just set in churches, just little local church craft markets really, Christmas craft markets. But the one that was actually in Worcester where we were staying, we literally walked for 2 minutes up the road to the church, beautiful church, and I wish I'd taken a picture of the church. So I had that to sort of set the scene. But to be perfectly honest, it was so cold. I didn't want to take my hands out of my gloves to take a photograph, and I didn't actually think of it because we weren't sure what we were going to see. And then when we got inside the church, because it was so cold, and then we walked in, I completely steamed up. My glasses steamed up, and I usually wear a face shield. I don't usually wear masks because I can't put them on because of my arm doesn't reach, my right arm doesn't reach up to my ear very well, I can't touch it. So I can't put masks on myself, I need help. So I usually want to put a visor on because that's easier. And that steamed up as well, so I was like double steamed, couldn't see a thing. In the end, we had to go outside, and my friend had to help me put a face mask on, so at least I didn't steam up quite as much. And everybody were having the same trouble. If you're wearing glasses, people wiping their glasses all over the place. But I was able to see enough to buy a couple of things at a couple of the stores. I had some beautiful things for sale. So one store, they actually made lots of Christmas decorations with beautiful beads. And I don't know how well you can see this. In fact, I'll turn the camera for a moment. I'm going to show you the one I kept, because the other 3 I bought, I've given two to the girls and 1 to my friend in Germany. I'll show you the one I've got, and then you'll get an idea, because this picture doesn't do these beautiful ornaments justice. So I'm just going to go and whip my one off the tree so you can see it. See what I bought. Okay, so these were the little ornaments. They're I suppose they're called little beady icicles to hang on your tree. So I took a photograph. There's 2 gold ones, a white one and a green one. I just thought I'd show you. This is my one. This is the green one, the one I kept. I think they're really beautiful, and I don't think the photograph really does them justice. If you can see that, it's really, really pretty. And it's just hanging on my tree. So yeah, so the girls have got 1 each, and then I sent one over to Germany to my long-term pen friend, and we always send each other a little something at Christmas. And then the other little decorations I bought, I think was because I thought Alyssa would like them. So, but I did give the girls 1 each. And these are the little owls, aren't they sweet? And they're just on a walnut, half a walnut shell. And somebody creative has just made the walnut shells into a little owl. I just thought they were adorable, so I bought a couple of those. So yeah, so that's what I did I bought in the little craft fairs that we went to, which was a nice, fun thing to do. I like going to Christmas fairs. It's the only ones I've been to this year. Not sure there's been much on. I'm going to just round the corners on these. These I've printed off on my Kodak step printer, so it's got the peel off back, so I haven't got to add any double-sided tape or anything. That one didn't work very well, did it? Now why isn't that going in properly? Let's have another look the other way up. That's better. I think I've got it. Yep. Okay, so that's that one. I'm just going to stick these on. I don't think I'm going to do any fancy backing on these or anything. So this is a nice quick one. And then after we did, so it was just me and my friend Wendy, we did the Christmas fairs, and Richard went for a walk, and Wendy's husband did some work in the house, I think, that morning, and then we went back to theirs for lunch and just stayed there and chatted all afternoon. It was very pleasant because we had a lot to catch up on. Both of us have got daughters getting married next year. Her eldest daughter's wedding has been postponed twice. She was supposed to get married in 2020, and then she was going to get married this year, and now it's all been put back again to next year. And of course, as you know, my daughter's getting married, my younger daughter, her elder daughter's getting married, and my younger daughter's getting married. And so we were talking weddings and all sorts of things. In fact, this Saturday coming, I'm going wedding dress shopping with Hannah and my other daughter, my oldest daughter. 3 of us are going wedding dress shopping. Can't wait. I think that's going to be so exciting. I've been wanting to do something. Go and buy a wedding dress for one of them for a long time. I've been wanting one of them to get married for a long time, shall we say. And we all do, don't we? We mums. We like to see our children happily settled and getting married. So, it's got twisted. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. Right, so this page is looking a bit boring, isn't it? Needs a bit of decoration, I think. What am I going to use? Right, I'm going to have to dip into my ephemera holder, which you haven't seen finished yet, so I can't show you. But it has got lots of things in there that I can use. So I'm just going to grab a few things and to see what I can use on here. But I can't show you the ephemera holder because I haven't done the video yet of it completed. You will see that next week. And it is finished and it's all full of stuff. But until you've seen the video, it doesn't seems a bit too not quite right to show you the thing before you've actually seen the video. So sorry about that. You just have to wait and see it finished. But I will just pick out a couple of bits just to fill in this space. Unless I've got something in front of me. I've got this box here. I've still got these bits of it, these little bits. Oh, I've got these little clusters that I made as part of Rachel's weekly challenge. Maybe I can put one of those on here. So again, I'm adding to the bulk a bit really, I think. I think they're a bit big. They'll just dominate too much, won't they? No, I don't want that. So I might just get out a few little things just to, just to cover the corners and stuff. Let's have a look. Right, I've had a bit of a delve and I found a few bits to use to decorate my page. But I think the first thing I want to do is put something down the edge. So I've got the gold. It's the same trim as this one, but in gold. So I thought perhaps I'd put that down the side of there. I think that would be a nice edge to the paper, to the page. Oh, got a pin in there. So let's just put a bit of glue down there. And I think to be on the safe side, I'd better go for the Fabri-Tac. Just hope I can get it to come out. Are we going to come out to play today? Yes, I think we are. Oops. We're just going to make a mess. Okay, I think we've got it. All right. That's good. I think I might just pop that along there like that. Just that on its own, I think, gives it a nice finish. Okay, that's good. Now, picked out a few bits and pieces. Some of them are Dreams Etc. and some of them are Eclectic Eggplant. I have them all mixed together now in my ephemera holder. I did wonder about this because this is like a tree topper. I can't work out which way around it's meant to go. The colour doesn't really work though, does it? Don't know. Maybe I'll put that there. Maybe. Let's have a look. So I've got this tree, and actually these are tree ornaments. I thought maybe a tree would work, but it's a bit big. It's a bit too big, isn't it? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe put a little Merry Christmas with lots of little trees on. Maybe that will work. Got some nice holly with some bells. Could maybe go there. What else have I got? Another little label. Just needs a bit of a trim. Looks of it. Shiny and bright. Not sure. Oh, Would have probably been better if I'd been able to tuck it behind something. Not sure I like it just plonked there. Or that one. I've also got some stickers. Let's see what other stickers I've got that I might be able to use. I was using these in my previous video, wasn't I? I've got a little tree there. That might look quite good. Oh, I quite like that. Just going to put it right there and hope that it's got enough sticky on it. Maybe these would be a better option. So I've got a little ornamenty thing there. Maybe I'll put that there. What else we got? I might put a few of these snowflakes around, dot them around. There's lots of snowflakes on here, snowflake stickers, and it was a very cold day, so actually a few snowflakes dotted about might not be a bad thing. I do want to try and use up some of these sticker sheets that I've had for goodness knows how long. So I'm just going to pop some snowflakes around the page. Put them there. And a little one. Whoops. And down there. There we are. That just cheers up the page a bit. Uses up some of my stickers, which is all good, but also I think it just shows it was a very cold day, so that's what I'm going to use the snowflakes. So I think that's my day 4. Let's go over to this page. Gorgeous paper by Roxy Creations. These are still knocking around, so I'll just keep those handy in case I need them. Right, so the next day. Again, I think I can put a little journal card in here, can't I? Yes, you can, Karen. Yes, you can. And I can put my photographs on here. So that was the 4th. So the 5th was the Sunday. And the Sunday, what did we do on Sunday? We went out for lunch, but I didn't take photographs at the lunch because I forgot. So we took some photos when we got back to the house instead. We took a few pictures of me and Wendy, just having a bit of a laugh, having fun with some Christmas masky things, and so there's a picture of me and her, a couple of pictures of me and her in her living room in front of her tree. So I'm just going to pop those there. I'm going to need to back them. I think I'll back them on red. This one, because I think the red will work best. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll back these onto some red card. Okay, let's do that. That one. So I do usually use double-sided tape for my photographs. I don't know what, I just don't like the idea of putting glue on photos. I don't know why. I think that comes from scrapbooking, when I think it was all about everything had to be acid and lignin free, and I think I just got into the habit of using these double-sided tape. I don't know whether that is completely acid free, but that's what I've always done. Right. So I've got the score line here, so I've just got to be careful where I place my photographs. might actually, a bit of a board, no, do like that. And this one can go on the other side. And oops, not completely straight. I think it's slipped. Right, that's those two. The nice thing about having these little pre-prepared tuck spots is I can just put a journal card in here or a tag. Shall we see what will fit, what will look good in there? I've got, ooh, that journal card might work. Or is it going to be too wide? It's too wide. So I've got the tab there. It is a bit wide. Could use one of these cards from the Stamperia kit. I think it's called the Classic Christmas, because I just sewed around them, but they just make nice, and they're quite thin. That's a nice one. That one, or that one. No, I think I like the birds. Might use that as my journal card for this page. Pop that in like that. I just needed to put a bit of decoration down there, don't I? I would like to just clip the corners, well, round the corners on here. See if it'll work. Yeah. Got that one. I think Wendy has possibly featured in all of my Christmas journals at some point or another. We've always tried to get together with them at some point around this time of year. Obviously not last year, thinking about it. I don't think she was in last year's. But she certainly was in the year before's, because we went out for an Indian curry. I think we went out for a curry about Christmas time 2 years ago with them. Right, so that's going to go there. So I just need to find a little decoration for going down here. Okay. So what about a bit of the old rick-rack down the edge? So I can still see this little bit of gold here, so I don't need to put another bit the same, but it might be quite nice to put a little piece of this. Let's have a look. Let's see how it looks. Well, that's a possibility. I might put that there. The other option, I suppose, I have got some snippet roll. I've got that one and I've got this one. I wonder if this one. This is the fabric one. It might be quite nice just to pop that along there. What do you think? I think I might. Might just have. Do I need to trim it at all? Ooh, spare bit. I rather like that. I haven't had a chance to use this snippet roll very much this year, so this, I think it will go quite nicely on there. It's just a bit of decoration on that flap. I think that works okay. I'm going to cut it there. Good, because if I can use some of these up, I can make some more next year. Woohoo! I haven't done anything like this year. Haven't needed to. So I think, so this was just sewn onto some book page, so it's nice and thin. It's thinner than the other one. Yeah, I'm going to use this. Whoop. The top. Right, let's just pop that on my flap. Side tuck, pocket, whatever you want to call it. Like that. Yes. Liking that. Let's turn it around. Yep, that goes in and out. I'm not even going to trim it, I'm just going to leave it just as it is. Right, let's put these on, and then I can just write about the day, or about, yeah, so this is the 5th, so I need a 5, don't I? Where's my number's gone? Here we are. Okay, so we've got 5 and 6. Am I going to get 6 done? I'm going to try. So the 6th was the day we had to be out of the cottage quite early. So we decided to make the most of it and go into Norwich. I'm going to need to back that as well, aren't I? Okay, I'll pause, back this, and I'll be back. Otherwise we'll run out of time to do day 6, which I really want to get finished today. Right, let's get these glued on. Right, that one, and then this one. Okay, day 5, or December the 5th, should I say, not day 5. December the 5th, and then I'll write about it on the back of here. And that one's done. Straighten that up. Okay, so what we got here? Ooh. Probably more journaling space than I actually need. Let's see. I've got got a little journal card there, got a little journal, a slightly bigger one there, and a super-sized one there. But I do have a few things to write about, actually. A few photographs to add, so maybe that will work. Let's have a look. So I haven't really planned ahead or anything. So the 6th could maybe go on one of these. Not sure. So what I've got here, I've got a few photographs. While we were in Norwich, I mean, it was a bitterly cold day. It was a bit damp. It didn't start raining, luckily, till after lunch when we were heading for home. But one of the things we decided to do, we tried to do a bit of shopping and failed. I mean, that we went in the shops, we didn't find anything we wanted. But there was right in the middle of town, there's a church, and there was a sign outside saying Christmas Tree Festival. So we thought, oh, let's see what that's all about. And it was beautiful. What they've done is, I think it was a lot of local schools had decorated trees, and they'd filled the church with all these different trees, and every tree was decorated in honour of a particular charity. So they all had a separate identity, these trees, and they were all supporting a different charity. So this was one, and everyone was, and it told you which school had been, or which group had decorated the tree. And they were all raising funds, so they were all down the side of each side of the church, or going down each side. There were some big ones around as well, individual ones, and there's some more going down the sides. And it was just lovely. It was just a lovely thing. We had no idea it would be there. And here's another one. And often they had a really strong colour theme. So this one had lots of blues and sort of turquoisey colours in. So of course attracted my eye. I like the turquoise ones. And this other bigger one, that was all purple. It doesn't come out very well in the photograph because this was printed on my little Kodak step, but it was quite a purpley one. Some of them were more red. There's a lot of red in this one. So yeah, they were really. It was a really lovely little find, really. I wish I'd photographed the sign outside, but I didn't think about taking photographs till I got inside. So maybe what I can do is write about it all on here. And actually what I might do, I've got this photograph. We just took a selfie, not in the church, but when we were outside. There's a tunnel going through the town which is all lit up, and it just goes through. It's just a lit tunnel you can just go through. You can walk through, and so we took a photograph of ourselves going through this tunnel with the lights behind us. I was wearing a mask so I had to. It was a bit of a faff to take it on and off. If you went into a shop, you could take it off when you were outside. I just kept it on all the time because it was easier. Because it's if you've ever tried wearing a face shield with a hat, because it was so cold, I needed my hat. It's just not going to happen because you have to wrap the elastic around the back of your head, and then to have the hat on top. That just was going to be crazy, and I would have probably been permanently steamed up. So I opted for the mask and just kept it on. It kept my face warm anyway. So that's why I'm wearing a mask in this one. And Richard isn't, because we were outside, and he can easily pop his on and off, but I can't, so I just left it on. So I think I might. Where shall I put that photograph? Would it show up better on here? I think the first thing I'm going to do is round the corners, because I like the corners rounded. So it's possible that might be the best card to put that on. And then maybe, let's see what I can put on the other cards. I could put some of the trees. So perhaps on this card I'll put the bigger trees. So that's that one. Will I fit any of the others? I've got two more pictures here. I could trim it down a bit. That one would go there. Maybe I can squeeze another one there. Just trim that down a little bit, I think. Don't really want to trim off the top of a tree. Let's see. I think I need to trim this one down a bit as well, actually. I just like this bit up here, but I'll trim it off a little bit just to fit it on better. Let's see how that looks. Right, put these 6 here. And then that one there. Perhaps I can squeeze this one on here. Right, I'm going to just quickly glue all these on off camera, because we're running out of time and I want to see it. I want to get it finished. I want you to see it finished, and I'm going to put something across here to say Christmas Tree Festival. Okay, I'll be right back. Right, I've gone ahead and stuck on my photos. I've done it slightly differently to what I originally planned. So on the big one, I put these on. There's a little bit more decoration that can be done on here, but at the moment I'm not sure what I'm going to use until I've finished. So I'm going to leave that as it is for now. And how does that go in? That goes in like that. So I think it definitely needs something up here. Then on this card, I've just popped the picture of the two of us and a couple of little journaling, little labels on there, just to finish it off. Still feel it needs something. I might go round. Actually, I will. I'll go around it with a gold pen. There's so much more I could do on this, and I'm already over my hour. Well, according to my timing, I might cut a bit of time out. I'm going to try not to go too long. And then on the back, I've put one of the photos of the Christmas trees with a little punched out tree. I've got a little bag full of punched out Christmas trees, and another label that goes on there. Let's tuck it into that pocket. It's just catching. Perhaps I'll do it that way. That's it. And on this one, I've just put the Christmas Tree Festival. So I've punched that out with the green, stamped it with the green. Another little Christmas tree that was punched out, and another tree and a little photograph on the back of that one. So that's all about the Christmas Tree Festival, which I shall write about, and the rest of our day on the back of here. But on the front of here, I want to put Norwich, because that's where we were. And I have this idea of doing it, of embossing it. So this could take a little while, so I won't be able to show it all on camera, otherwise we'll be here for ages. But I'll make a start. Let's put this over here. I'm running out of space to put things. Right, so I've got my embossing bits and pieces here. And I've got a piece of red card. I'm going to emboss it with gold tinsel. Gold tinsel embossing, or they call it embossing tinsel. So let's just, I've got all my letters ready to go here. Let's hope they all fit. So I'm just going to stamp it on there. I'm not quite sure which way up that's meant to be. I don't think it matters really. The O. No. And the R. So I think for the sake of getting this video done, I'm going to have to break off and finish this again off camera. And let's see if I can just get one more on. You can't really see much while I'm doing this anyway. So that's the W. So I'll come back when I've got it finished and embossed, and then we'll put it on and try and finish the page. So I'll be right back yet again. Right, so that's embossed quite nicely. So I'm just going to cut that down to size. It's lovely and glittery and sparkly, which is what I wanted. So let's just cut that down and see how it fits on my pocket. I had to do a second time because I ran out of space. I didn't space them close enough to each other, so I had to do it again. It's a good thing I wasn't doing it on camera. Really. Anyway, so there we are. Let's see how this fits on. So that can go on there nicely, and that shows up beautifully on there. I might just trim it a touch more. Just put that there, I think. But I can't fit my number 6 on, which I was planning to do, but I didn't. I had a feeling it might not fit. So it may mean that it makes sense to put the number 6 up here. So I think that's what I'll do, so that it still shows that that's December the 6th. So I'm just going to put this on here. Where'd the glue go? There we are. Put that on there. And December the 6th. I think I'll put another Christmas tree down here, and then we'll be done. Oops, not 9. 6. Okay, and a little bag of punched out Christmas trees. So what shall we have? Do I want another sparkly one? Should we have a scripty one? No. Maybe a couple. Perhaps I'll do a couple. And should we have red one? Okay, let's just put those on, and then maybe that way around. Yep. So this one actually has it's got a backing. I've got to try and peel it off. I didn't even realise until I went to glue the other one of these that this red paper actually had sticky backing. The key is to try and find a place where it'll come away nicely. And it worked very, very quickly when I wasn't on camera. But as soon as you turn the camera on, things do not cooperate, do they? There we are, I think I've got it. It's coming, it's coming. Right. So put that one there. And this one I do need to glue. So this has turned into a super long video, which I thought it might, to get all this done, because we had quite a lot. I had quite a lot to record, but I wanted to get it all finished in one video. Just try and keep on top of things. There we are. So that can now pop in here. There we are, number 6 on nicely on display. And that's that page done. So let's have just a quick look, and then we'll call it a day. So started on here, December the 3rd. So weekend cottage, a journaling to go in here, more journaling to go in here. I've got a bit of writing to do, haven't I? Perhaps I better get on with that after this video. And some little things that I bought for the Christmas trees. Another journaling card here. Talk about going to visit Wendy and Kevin, and just a couple of pictures of us there, and then this is the day in Norwich. So there we go. We're only on the 6th, but I'm getting there, and I'll try and fit another one in before Christmas, but I can't guarantee, but I'm going to keep working, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.